Let's start that one.
Hello, Beer Thursday. We want to know that you're out there, so if you'll send us a text message at our text message number place, we will read it and promptly respond without being the least bit annoying. Just kidding. We don't have a text number, but we do want to talk about some texting things with you.
Yeah. Like, for example, do you like text?
Yeah. I like them when I want to send them. I don't like them when the phone's blowing up.
Okay, here's a good question. Would you prefer that somebody email you or text you?
Yeah, text, because my email has thousands of emails in it and I don't know where to begin.
Yeah. I'm the same way. I prefer text, and please, for the love of God, do not call me. Just send a text.
I don't mind calls.
It's just a much simpler there. I usually don't have time. Oh yeah,
I'm always happy to hear from
I don't mind calls either, but I don't have time to talk on the phone unless it's after work. And when I'm done working, now I'll tell you, there are a few exceptions like Tim, but yeah, I prefer text when possible. But, here's an idea.
Yes.
If you send me a text and I don't get back to you within 5 seconds or within 5 hours, it doesn't mean I'm ignoring you.
Doesn't it?
Well, it may mean I'm ignoring you. No, it just means that I'm not sitting by anxiously waiting to read and respond to your text, or I'm in the middle of something. For the love of God, just wait. Now, if you text me one day and you hadn't heard back from me, sure, text me later. Text me, hey, I texted you earlier today. I hadn't heard back from you. I need you to respond, you son of a bitch, or something like that. But yeah,
I am the worst about that. Sometimes I'll be scrolling through old text messages and I'll find one from March and go, oh wow, I really should have responded to them. I feel bad now.
Yeah. I'm the same way about job offers on LinkedIn, but that's another story. So now,
Gosh, there's another round.
Have you noticed? For example, here's a question: if somebody sends you a text and you said, "Hey, how are you doing today? Are you having it? All right, how's everything? Everything, blah blah blah," and you respond, "I'm good." Period. Is that are you really good? Are you feeling okay? Should I read into that? Are you being, what's going on? Why didn't you put an exclamation point?
Oh man. Yeah. That's opening up a whole line of inquiry. I usually tried to be very descriptive, not descriptive, but I probably sent too long of messages just to not seem like that. But
yeah,
our friend Tim is a very succinct texter. I would never just do the one word yes reply or no reply or good. Yeah. I'd always try to do a complete sentence. But I've learned from Tim and from my kid, who's also a very succinct texter, that it's text. So maybe the really short messages are fine. Why do you ask?
Well, it's just curious because, some people get a little bit upset if you throw a period at the end of a sentence, because does that mean you're not excited about our conversation? People read way too much into things.
The period.
Yeah. The period. When is it best to use a period? Should you use an exclamation? Do we overuse exclamation points? And that perhaps has led to period.
Envy? Nope, that's not it.
Envy? No, that's not it.
Aversion?
No. But yeah, aversion. Yes, period aversion. I don't know. I'm just throwing things out here, seeing what sticks.
It seems like it came out of nowhere, where suddenly you are not supposed to use a period at the end. Now, if you have multiple sentences, you can end the first sentences with a period, but then the very last sentence, you're not supposed to put a period. And for years, I would do the double tap to put the period at the end.
Yeah.
And in school, I would get red marks so I didn't put a period. And then I spend all these times in the double tap to get the end of the sentence to put the period and then automatically capitalize an X letter. And now I'm not supposed to do that? What?
It's crazy.
Well,
okay.
But
here's another question for you. So you're typing a text or maybe you're answering a question in a text and you're typing it and maybe you're not going to finish it all in the one text. You're going to send another text. So like for what I'll do is I'll start typing it. And if I have something more I'm going to say, I'll put a ... after it to indicate that I have more to type.
So you're about to send another message. Okay. Yeah.
Right. But then inevitably when I do that, somebody will immediately respond, not giving me the opportunity to finish what I'm saying. Is that my fault for assuming they would understand what that means?
I have a great answer for that, Jay. And I'm going to give it to you after this toast.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Let's bring that toast up, brother. What you got, fool?
Jay?
Yeah?
Here's the short texts. And
long nights. Oh, sorry.
It seems like something should follow that, but I couldn't come up with anything that wasn't offensive to certain genders.
That's the thing. And since we're talking about text, that's the absolute perfect toast. Here's the short text. I like that. So to your point, what did you say? Here's the short
text and long-legged women. I don't know. Here's the short texts. I don't feel
Cheers.
I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel like I can say funny things like that anymore. But the problem, there's a problem.
Yeah.
For me, not being able to say things that have hurt other people's feelings or make them feel uncomfortable.
It's like one of the toasts I've read one time is here's to high winds and to mermaids and high winds or something like that. Like, I don't know what that means.
There wasn't a follow-up to it. Just
yeah. So ...
Yeah, I think that's just you. I don't know that. Well, and you're asking the wrong person because I didn't even know about the single period, but that does sound like a good convention where ... I have more to say. Now, it also depends on who you're texting, because if two iPhone users are texting each other, then you see the little 3 dots that come up. So you know. And in most cases, I will wait. I won't respond when I see the dots. I'll let that other person send the message.
Yeah, me too.
Now, there are times that...
So that means...
There's times when someone will start to type the message, but they won't actually send it, and it'll sit there on 3 dots for days. But that's just one more message I don't have to send or read.
Or then you just play the game. Okay, they're typing. I'm not... Okay, they stopped. Okay, I'm going to... Oh, then they're typing. Okay.
and then you're both
nobody
doing
ever
that.
texts anybody. Yeah, and then nobody gets a text.
That's the perfect world.
Text, man. They're crazy. Am I right? Oh, I'm sorry. I can't say that.
What? You can't say, are you right? Right?
No, back in the previous round that we did, remember, we can't say you're crazy or that's crazy because.
But that's how it goes. All right. What do you think of? I don't know what to call it other than machine gun replies. And that's where someone will, when they send you a message, they'll do like a sentence, send, a sentence, send, few words, send, instead of having, like a long thing. Just quick, rapid.
When somebody does that to me, my first thought is, you fucking asshole.
Okay.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it when people do that. It bugs the shit out of me. Now, I understand if you had something to say and then you're like, oh, you're going to add to it. So you might have to send, or you left something out by accident. So you maybe send another couple texts because you forgot something. But then there's the text that I do it just to fuck with people. I'll say, why, send, don't, send, you, send, go, send, fuck, send yourself. Period. Send.
Like just a period.
Just a period.
Huh. Yeah.
So what do you think about those? The fire.
It just depends on my mood. Sometimes it's okay and it works. And sometimes
when I'm working, it stresses me out when I get a whole bunch of texts ding, ding, ding. And I'll be texting people or I'll be receiving texts while I'm not able to respond. And no lie, I've gone back to check my texts and there are 24, 25 texts for the same, maybe it's a group of people or or a couple of people. Yeah. And I'm like, good God. And then it's like, Jay, why aren't you answering? Because one of us has to work.
Somebody has to work.
Somebody has to work.
Apple has a new thing for that where it helps you go, when you open up that message with the 30 unread messages in it, or that thread, that group text, whatever, it'll take you to the right place.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I haven't seen it in action yet because it's been a while since I got looped in a bunch of rapid fire. But
so it's funny, the Google, the Pixel, when I'm sending a text, if I want to add somebody to the conversation, I do it, and it automatically prompts me to create a group name. If I want to, I can ignore it or I can create it and let it move forward. I have a group name for you, me, and Tim that's ERS, or
mine won't let me change the name. Oh, now it does. It does now. It wouldn't let me do it before. I'm going to do the same thing.
Yeah, see,
sweet.
All the people know.
I used to be so mad at you for not having an iPhone because I couldn't give it a group name. Now I'm gonna. Look at that.
Yeah, see?
Hell yeah.
I learned something. We've learned something today here on Beer Thursday, and
look at that.
By gosh, I think it's awesome. Yeah,
especially when I have you as Jay. What? When I have your contact name is Jay Sweet, and Tim's is him parentheses Prince Bytor. So it's the two of you. It's way too big for my phone. So now it's just ERS.
So Sweet. I've got a text group with me, Tim, and Trey. It's usually about golf or something like that. But that one is called Sexual Chocolate. For no reason other than it sounds funny and somebody looks at your tests and who's Sexual Chocolate?
How are you? Why are you? How are you? Are you really?
I'll thank you to not look at my texts, please.
Oh, do you ever have anyone, the people that look at your phone and try to see, like try to read stuff on your phone? What is up with that?
I always, when people do that, I always kind of move my phone so that they can't, but I'm like, that's pretty fucking rude to do that. I'm like, did I tell you could do that? I'm like, now if I want somebody to see what I'm texting, then I'm gonna show them, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you know, but otherwise, let's keep our boundaries, man.
But just being nosy and trying to read. My wife got one of those screens where you can only see it from the front. You can't see it from the side. I guess privacy screen. Because she had a coworker at her last job that would look over at her phone to see the notifications that comes through, or she would read her text messages. I don't even read my wife or kids' text messages, much less just people I wouldn't have respect for.
Hell, if Robin's phone is ringing, I'll just pick it up and hand it to her. I don't even look at who's calling.
I do too.
You know,
because sometimes she'll say, she'll say, "Will you see what they said? Are you sure you want me to do that?" Okay, here's what they said. Will you reply to them? No, I might accidentally use a period, and then they're going to hate you for the rest of the day.
It's like if somebody calls me, Robin will usually know who it is because most people have their own ringers. Like if you call, it's, God, what is it now? I had to change it. I think it might be the theme to this show. I'm not sure, but if just some random person calls, I'll get this like computer sounding voice from Star Trek that says, "This is attention. An idiot is attempting to call your cell phone device. An idiot is attempting to call your cellular device." But like, you know, like if Tim calls, it's Tom Sawyer is the ringer. If JR calls, it's what's the song that Kevin Von Erich comes out to?
Tom Sawyer. No, the song on the brand on baby Stranglehold.
Is that Stranglehold? Yeah.
I think of it. Think about that.
So, and when my wife calls, it's the from Wizard of Oz. It's the Wicked Witch of the West theme.
That's funny.
And when I call her, it's Darth Vader Imperial March. Cause love. Well, man, this has been a good round.
It's a good one.
Does it mean we're old that we're complaining about this, or does it mean that we're just looking for something to talk about?
We like saying funny things. I mean,
we do like saying funny things.
It's kind of comedy, right? Yeah, make funny comments about things people do, and then you point out the oddities of it, and you see, it's funny because you're over-explainer. Jay, end this, please.
Well, people of Earth and Beer Thursday, we want to thank you for listening to another beautiful round of our show. We hope you'll come back next week when our special guests will be, I'm just kidding, we won't have one, but you will be here, and hopefully, and if you're Patreon, continue to Patreon. If you're not, please give it a shot. You'll love it. If you have any requests, any ideas or questions, please feel free to send us those. We would love to hear from you. But until now, thanks again, and we'll be back next week for another exciting round of Beer Thursday theme song. Do you like text?